Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof.
You already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show, and I go by the name of Sion 919. I'm excited about today's show because this is a first. We got a North Carolina stylist, designer, and seamstress in the building. She's been doing her thing for a while. I definitely have a lot of respect and love for this woman right here. So without any further ado, some may know her as Miss Thoroughbred, some may know her as So Thorough, or some may know her as Shayla. Without any further ado, let's welcome her to the stage. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's definitely an honor to have you up here and a privilege. So for the people that may not be familiar, let's let them know a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a designer. I have my own brand as well as my own shop where I do a lot of custom clothing. Right. The brand itself is Thoroughbred. I created kind of a whole clothing line behind it. I also do tailoring work. I do custom work. I do wedding gowns. I do anything pertaining to fashion, really.
Right. And that's the thing right there. You definitely get busy. I've seen some of your work in some fashion shows and stuff like that. But for the people that may not know, let's let them know how you first fell in love with fashion. Like, when did you first fall in love with it?
Well, I got a glimpse of it watching my mom and my grandma growing up. They did a lot of like recreating things, hand sewing, stuff like that. Right. I fell in love with it after my first piece I created myself. It was the Maya and Jay-Z video. I tell this story all the time because it is what it is. Right. But yeah, so I wanted that jersey. I couldn't find it nowhere. I convinced my mom to let me make it, whatever. Bought my first sewing machine and I went to work. I created it and I got a lot of good feedback from it. So I felt like, okay, this is something I'm good at. Let me just see, where it take me. Right. And from then on, it's been up.
It's been history. So where do you get your inspiration from when you're coming up with designs and you're coming up with clothes?
Just everything around me. Like I've seen time I've used a curtain to create something. Wow. So it just anything that might spark an idea or just seem interesting to me. I just go off my own I guess style. Some right. people may like it, some people may not. It is what it is.
No, I definitely understand that. So in high school, right, you put out your first piece, you rock it to school, I'm imagining. So yeah. You show up with the dress, the Maya jersey dress. What was the response and how did people
it was like, I want one. Can you make me one? I need one. Where you get it from? All of that. I even got my first job because of this dress. Like it was a known like urban store that had just opened up in town and they sold jerseys or whatever. And he asked me to recreate something, and I did. So that was like my first real design job
Right.
at the age of 16.
At 16.
So
Wow.
I wanted to go to school for it. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to really take it serious, I guess you could say.
Right. And that's the thing right there. A lot of times people see fashion, they may see clothes and they may think that is easy. You said an important thing. I wanted to go to school for it. I watched my peoples. You put a lot of time learning.
Right.
How hard is it when it comes to creating and designing clothes?
It take patience, for real,
Patience.
for real. More than anything, it take patience. Like it can be hard, but I've been doing it for so long that now it's like second nature.
Second nature now. Okay. And I respect that. So let me ask, knowing what you know now, what's some things that you wish you would have knew in the beginning?
I don't think I would change nothing. The
You know,
whole process is what got me to where I'm at and made me who I am. So
right. And that, I respect that. So let's talk about the name, Miss Thoroughbred. Where did you come
yes,
from and what does that name mean to you?
it's a raw, unique bloodline.
Wow.
It's me.
Right. Okay.
Where I
So
come from, what I am, just thorough and raw.
rock. Okay. And that's the fact right there. So let's talk about after you put the first piece out, you get the job, right? What happened next after you start working in the shop? You're doing jerseys and stuff like that. Now people know that you can create. What happened next on your journey?
I mean, I'm creating stuff for people around town. Like I said, I wanted to learn more. I wanted to really take it serious and really create. So I went to school. I learned how to do pattern making. I learned how to do draping. I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know, from just
Right.
watching my grandmother, the basics, stuff like that. I
Right.
learned a lot. I learned textiles. I learned patterns. I learned fabrics, different fabrics you can and can't use for certain designs.
Right.
Just a lot of stuff I learned that I didn't know.
Okay. So now you go through school and you're learning more stuff like that. Then when did you first take off and when did you first start your brand?
I graduated from college in 2006,
Okay.
and I started my first line, which was Thoroughbred, then too, 2006. It started out as a t-shirt line. I was hand painting t-shirts.
Wow.
I had created a stencil. I was hand painting t-shirts. Yeah, in the beginning they were going. They were really popular. I think the name as well as the design was kind of really getting me noticed, getting me out there.
Right.
And I just stuck with it.
Okay. So how important is building your brand and word of mouth in this business when you're trying to start a company? How important is that?
It's big. It's if you don't believe in you, how you expect anybody else to believe in you? If you don't stand behind what you stand for, how you expect anybody else to stand with you or believe in you? You know what I mean? So just that.
Okay, so you started with the shirt line, you're doing t-shirts and stuff like that. So it's like now the word's getting out. What happened next? If you could take us through that journey, what's happening next? And did you expect it to take off the way it did?
I started being asked to do fashion shows.
Right.
So I was getting more exposure that way. Just it definitely started. The word started traveling. Business just started picking up day by day, little by little. Here and there, people were rocking with it.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the fashion shows that stood out the most. Like, which ones do you remember the most, or might have
Oh,
been
I
some of
did
your
so
favorites?
many. You gonna do this to me?
I mean, you can just pick a few. You don't have to pick them all.
Well, for sure, my first one that I ever produced and hosted and did, back in, I want to say 2010. Yeah, maybe 2010. I hosted and produced my first show, just introducing Thoroughbred to the world, like an exclusive line. You know what I mean? Like a full-fledged fashion show. So
Right.
that one for sure. It's like
That one stood
number
out.
one in my book.
Okay. That's dope right there. So let me ask you, it's a lot of work that goes into a fashion show. People see the models, they see that finished product. They don't know how long and how much the hours and practice that goes into it. So you say you produced and you did your first one on your own. So what was that process like for you and what things did you learn?
Nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking, but I wanted to do it so bad that I just had to do it, regardless of the fact. Like I mean, hours of preparation, because not only was I putting on a show, I was creating the pieces for the show.
Right.
So that's like I just had an overall vision for everything, and I just stuck with it, made it happen. It was it was a nerve-wracking process, definitely
Right.
was, but I had a nice little team supporting me, so.
Okay. So once it's all going and everything is going, showtime now. Everything is flowing, right? You're seeing the models walking and everything is coming together. What's going through your mind as a designer, like as a stylist, and you put this all together to see it coming together the way that you planned it? How does that feel being a creator, watching your work?
It feels good. It's that moment of I knew I could do this type thing. Like you want something so much, you put so much work into it, and then to finally see the finished product, it's like it's a joyous moment. You know what I mean? Like it's like that pat on the back. Oh, all this hard work that I put in, like I made it happen. I got it done.
It's paying off. So now you do the first one, right? So now the name is out there. Now they see the full line. You put it all together. What was the response, and did business start taking off then for you even more, or like what was the response from the first one?
I mean, it was good. It was a more steady pace. It didn't really take off. I was working out of my house. I had a whole room just designated for design, sewing.
Right.
And I did that for the longest, having clients come to the house, meet them, pin them, doing whatever I had to do to, get out there for real. I didn't have no space. So I don't know.
So it takes off. Okay. So you say you did a few fashion shows. So like,
Yeah.
did they recruit you, or was it like you seen flyers? How did you get
Some
involved?
did. I did. I had a few that reached out to me asking me to be a part of fashion shows. I had some that I, asked to be a part of. So
Right.
just trying to network and get the name out there any way possible.
You definitely did that, and the name definitely got out there. So, like, with that experience right there, do you think that helped you in the long run? And, like, what things did you learn from seeing the fashion shows, actually creating one, then being behind the scenes to see how it all comes together? How did that affect you, and what things did you learn?
Oh, I think you definitely learn a lot being a part of something, you know what I mean? That you can apply to what you're doing yourself. So I
Right.
definitely learned a lot as far as how it works behind stage, on stage, before stage, all of that.
Right.
So it was
Oh,
definitely a big help.
so it's definitely a big help. So now, right, you got the clothing line, you're doing the fashion shows and stuff like that. What was next in your mind? I know I'm pretty sure as a creator, you wanted to go even further. You wanted to push
Oh
the
yeah,
envelope. You wanted to take it to the next level.
definitely. Like I said, I was working out of my home. Like I had just a room out of my home I was working out of. So I wanted my own shop. I wanted my own space. So that was the next goal. And I worked towards that. I actually took my whole income tax check one year.
Wow.
I said, fuck it. We just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like either
Right.
you just gotta do it. Sometimes you just gotta step out on faith and do it. And that's what I did. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't know where to even start. Like I know fashion. I love fashion and I know what I'm doing. So how I'm
Right.
gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make it happen. And that's what
Wow.
I did. I took the whole income tax check, put it in the building, got it up and going, and it was slow at first. Like the first year definitely was slow. Then the next
Right.
year the pandemic hit. That was kind of a little blow too, but I didn't let it discourage me. I
Right.
took advantage of the moment. You know what I mean? Where there was a need for something. So I stepped up, doing the
Right.
mask or whatever. So I was cranking those out. So I stayed pretty busy through it all. And I'm thankful to still be open, thankful to
Yeah.
still be kind of popping.
Right. Your name is definitely getting out there. So let me ask you a question, because a lot of times it's like we may have the dream, we may have the passion, but people may be afraid to step out. You took the faith walk. You said, I took my income tax, brought the building. Sometimes people may buy the building, right? And they're thinking, yo, I'm going to blow up tomorrow. And that
No,
doesn't happen. So
it does
what
not
kept you,
happen. You
What kept
gotta
you going?
you just gotta believe in yourself enough to know that okay, it might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, hell, it might not even happen in a year. But this shit gonna happen. Cause I'm gonna
Right.
keep working at it. I'm gonna make sure it happen. Like you get knocked down along the way, definitely. I definitely did. It wasn't all peaches and cream. It wasn't all, you know, but I ain't give up. This is what I wanted to do. This is something I love to do. I couldn't give up on it. Plus I got two little girls looking at me.
Wow. So, all right. Now, okay, let's talk about that real quick. You're being a mom, right?
Oh
Stepping
yeah.
out on faith. Stepping
Yeah.
out on faith. It's not just you. How much pressure was on you when you made the decision? Yo, I believe in me. This is going to work.
A
A
lot.
lot of billing.
A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. All right.
A lot of pressure.
How many days did you come home? Like, God, I'm trusting you. I don't see
Ooh,
it.
boy.
How many days did you come home like that?
A lot. A lot of them. A
Right.
lot of days, especially in the beginning. Like wanting to just quit, talking myself out of it,
Right.
just people around me talking me out of it. Like, no, you came this far, you got this,
Right.
God didn't bring this far to leave.
And that's a fact right there. And that's what I was going to say. In those moments right there, having the right people around you, guarding your ears, not letting people speak negative into you. This is, you believed in it.
Definitely.
Like you said an important thing. You said, God didn't bring me this far. So in those moments, right, you trust in God, you trust in your passion. You said almost a year. It's like you're getting some, but it's not where. What kept you going? How did you stay positive? Because like, you dope. It's like the people may not be catching on as quick. Like, I should be blowing up. How did you keep your head? How did you balance being a mom with the two babies?
There is no balance. Like, honestly, I seen time. I take work home. I'm cooking, trying to sew. I'm trying to get the kids a bath at the same time, trying to create some stuff over here. Like, it's really no balance until I think you get in a good rhythm of
Right.
things. Then maybe you can kind of find the balance. But until you get in that good rhythm of things, shoot, even then you get a curveball now and then that just
Right.
knocked you off track. But you just do it.
Just do it.
And
That's the
for
thing.
me, the thing that honestly keep me going, as crazy as it might sound, is music. I listen to certain music, motivational music, a lot of T.I., a lot of Jeezy, Nipsey, stuff like that. Just
Right.
keep me motivated. Like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna do this. I got this. I got this. So
Right. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. Salute to all of them artists right there. Definitely dope artists. So let me ask you, how much of your designs is your actual style? Like, how much of you goes into your design?
100% of me.
100% of you.
All
So,
me.
oh yeah. So that's the thing, because you got the classy, but then you got the edge, the street edge with it. So it's like,
All
is
of that
what?
is me. Raw unique
Wow.
bloodline.
Well, unique bloodline. That's dope right there. Your spirit is phenomenal, they say in the comments. So that's dope right there. Salute to them. Darryl McLennan. Salute to you, brother. So that's dope right there. So now you're out there the first year, right? It's like you're going through, but it's like doors still opening. You're still maintaining. You're staying afloat. So it's like, how does that feel that first year? Because a lot of times in business, people step out within the first 2 years, they get discouraged. The doors are closed. I tried it didn't work. I'm done. To still be here, right? You said the first year kind of didn't take off like you wanted.
Right.
Looking back now to see how far you've come, how do you feel?
Amazing. Happy.
Amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably the happiest I've been in a long time. For
Right.
real, for real.
Wow. And that's the thing. Sometimes
And
people
just
go
so
to
thankful and grateful for it all.
thankful and
The whole
grateful.
process, really.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like your time. Sometimes it's like, we just got to put the work in, and our time will come. Sometimes when our moment to happen now, it may not happen when we think it's going to happen.
Right.
A lot of times people would give up in the meantime. So it's like the pandemic hits. You find a niche. Like, okay, boom, there's a market. They got a need. I got a solution.
Right.
Let's talk about that right quick.
Oh yeah, I was on it. Like when I first heard about it, It started out me trying to do like, okay, matching outfits with masks. It's like, let me do that. So I did that first. Then I noticed like, well, these masks are really, people need masks. So let me just make these masks and get them out. And I was really hustling masks, like out here nickel and diamond masks, dropping off, picking up,
Right. Wow. Well, we got a comment. They said, congratulations to you, beautiful queen. That's Deetria Vaughn.
Thank you.
So salute to her. So you're doing the mask. The mask is jumping. So, all right, around this time, when the mask start taking off, is it more focused on the mask? Or are you doing mask and designing still? Or right now you're overwhelmed with masks at this point?
It was to the point where I was overwhelmed with masks.
Right.
Like, I definitely was. So it wasn't until it kind of slowed down, or like when everybody kind of caught on to it and everybody's doing it. So now it's more, it's not a big of a need, because you can pretty much get it anywhere. Versus when it first happened, there was a very limited supply. I couldn't really find any stuff like that. So then I kind of went back to the design. But actually, no, I take that back. I went more to wedding gown design.
Wedding gown.
Because everybody wanted to get married before lockdown.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. That's a beautiful thing right there as well. So let me ask you, how did you first get into that? Like in the wedding? Because that's big. This is forever. When a woman, this is their big day. They wait their whole life for their wedding day. So when they say, Miss Thorough, I want you to design my dress. Or they say, Shayla, I want you to design my dress. How are you feeling? Because that's big. That they want you to do.
That's like top notch. Like, I feel like top tier. You asked me to design your wedding dress. Like, you trust me enough to do that. And I want to say I've done about 4 since I've been open. 4 wedding gowns. And yeah, they all been amazing. All of them.
Yeah, that's dope right there. And I wish I had the pictures to put up there. So let me ask, when you're doing a wedding gown, how do you get inspired, and what's going through your mind? Like, what's your creative process?
Consult with my bride, see what it is they want, what it is they're looking for. I try to come up with as close as possible to what it is that they want. Kind of draw them up something, show them some different materials, as far as like some fabrics, some appliques, different stuff like that. Just get a good idea of what it is they want. Some people can see the vision, some people really can't see it. So I try my best to get them to really see what it is I see, or what I'm trying to portray for them for their big day.
Right, now I get that. Now this is a hard one, right? Because I'm pretty sure all of them are dear to you. They all mean the most. So, like, what was 3 designs that blew your mind? Like, yo, I can't even believe I did that. I'm about to kill them with this one. What was 3 that stands out the most?
Let me think for a second, because I've done a lot. My most recent design that I did for Black History Month last year, I created this hat. I created 2 looks. They're on my page. It's a black and gold, kind of like empowering strength type material. Just it was dope. The hat itself, I created the hat from scratch. Had never made a hat before in my life. And it was like, it was dope. It was a dope hat. And I created pants to go with it, a top to go with it. Like, it was just dope all around. The design was definitely dope. That's probably my favorite, most recent. I'm trying to think. I've done so much. I think more so my high fashion stuff is my favorite, because I get to really be creative. I actually created a dress for a model. I think we all know her. Miss Jessica.
Definitely
Nice
Jessica.
Curvy girl. I created her a nice gown. Oh my God, I wish you had a picture of that. That was one of my favorites as well. But yeah, I like the high fashion more, where I get to be more creative, like just more custom stuff.
Right. I definitely respect that right there. So let me ask, when you go to the boutique, right? Is it a boutique or is it a shop?
It's a shop slash boutique. I have some pieces that I've created in there, but
Right.
I do all my sewing and everything in there as well.
Wow. So okay, for the people that never been, walk us through, right? What can they expect in the shop and where is it located?
The shop is located in Washington, North Carolina. It's
Okay.
1301 Highland Drive, Suite 104. When you first walk in, there is some of my merchandise, stuff that I've created, some of just my regular apparel. I have some t-shirts, some hoodies, stuff like that. A lot of ready wear.
Right.
That's like when you first walk in, and then there's like a wall, and then behind that is where all the magic happens. Where I
Right.
only be at, and then whatever employee at the moment is helping me. But that's it.
Okay. So that's dope right there. So you're in Washington, North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Okay. So all right. People all over North Carolina. Okay. I've seen you in Raleigh. So your name is
Yes.
definitely in the wind. So
I work in a shop in Raleigh as well. In Nightdale. So I'm back and forth between the
back
two.
and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how far do you want to take the brand and like what things have you learned when it
Worldwide.
comes worldwide? All right. So a lot of times people they may not know how to build a brand. Like how hard was it for you or was it easy? It may have been easy.
I'm
How was
still
it?
not there.
Still not
I'm still
there.
not there. I mean, outside looking in, it might look like it. Nah. I'm trying to go all the way.
Trying to go all the way.
Past the moon and stars.
Wow. And you can do it. And that's the
As
thing, you
far as
can do
God
it.
will let me take it.
And that's the thing. And it's like it's coming together for you because like even the people that I know that mutual people, they always speak highly of you. They always speak good of the brand. How important is that to keep your name and being a woman in the industry to have that respect with your name? How important is that to you?
Oh, that's number one.
Right.
Definitely number one. I'm me everywhere I go. I'm not one to try to put on the front to try to please nobody. To fit in, you either take me as I am or you don't take me. I'm cool either way. Like I'm pretty nonchalant when it comes to that. Like I'm me everywhere I go.
Oh, and that's the thing. When you're a parent, you got two little ones. You're inspiring women. How does that feel? How important is that to inspire other women? Then you got the little ones looking at you. How much pressure is that?
Not so much pressure in that because I feel like if you're being your true self, your true authentic self, it comes naturally. Like you don't have to pretend, you don't have to try to put on. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
you doing what you do naturally. You're being who you are naturally, a good person, like just moving with morals, moving with good intent. So
right.
it just happens naturally.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. You're definitely doing it well. You're definitely you're representing. So let me ask you. You say you want to take the brand worldwide. Like when it comes to like designs and it comes to styles, like what type of things would challenge you that you haven't done that you would like to get into?
Hmm. I don't know. I'm up for any challenge, really, that I haven't gotten into. I kind of dibbled and dabbled in some of everything.
Right.
So I don't know. That's a
Wow.
hard one.
So you so well versed. So let me ask, what type of styles? Like it may be retro. It may I know you said high fashion you enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
It may be nightwear. It might be sportswear. Like what type of styles do you enjoy doing the most? I'm pretty sure you enjoy all of them,
Right.
but it may be some that's like, okay, boom, I can really freak this.
Yeah. Custom stuff. Like a person send me a picture of a pair of shoes. They like, I need a dope outfit to go with this. So it's
Right,
like, okay, I get to come up with something. You know what I mean? So
right,
that I like doing that. That's exciting because you're not gonna see it anywhere else. You know what I mean? So
right,
it's custom for that shoe from me. So
right,
um high fashion, of course. Like I said, I get to be really creative and really show off my sewing skills
right,
in that aspect. Um Yeah, that's it.
Wow. So I know you were saying you created a hat earlier. So like, yo, you embroidering, you talking like this. You created everything from scratch.
I created like a, how can I explain it? Yeah, it's just a round brim hat, fully round brim hat, and it has tassels hanging from it all the way
Wow.
around. It's on my page. You gotta go check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Yo, that's dope right there. So like if somebody was interested in getting custom clothes or custom made, what's the process? Like what's the process for them to get something
They can
custom made?
DM me, any one of my social media networks, or email me as well at so thorough at gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the thing right there with a lot of artists and stuff like that. Have you ever designed any North Carolina artists?
I've done a few. I've done a few.
Done a few. Okay.
Yeah. I can't think right off the bat though.
That's good. It's good. Yeah, we don't want to lay nobody out anyway. So
Right.
salute to everybody that
They
ever
know who
wore.
they are. They know who they are. But I've definitely done a few.
That's a fact right there. So have you always did men and women, or did you pick up men later along the line?
I picked up men later. I always did women starting out because I'm a woman. It just was easier. Right. Yeah, and then I later picked up men and children. I had a family, so it's like, okay, I sew for them as well, and that's how I picked up on that. So
wow. So you do infants and like little toddler stuff too as well. So like all sizes. Oh, that's dope. Right
everything.
There.
So thorough, one-stop shop for all your fashion needs.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. So let me ask you, that's the thing, because like when you come in with the brand, you got everything together. It all ties back to the thorough part. So it's like, how much thought did you put into that? Did you take classes in school when you was in school for like marketing and branding, or just all self-taught? You just winging it as you go?
I ain't take none of that. Like, it's crazy because years ago, it started out as something totally different. This version of my brand didn't manifest itself until I say 2 years ago, and it came about in turmoil. Wow. Like I was going through it. I just got divorced. Thought I was about to lose my business. I basically lost everything, my home, my car. I ain't have nothing. Wow. Like, but I kept on, doing what I need to do and build it up. Like, but it was turmoil starting out, definitely.
All right, I don't need the details. Just can help somebody. Just can help somebody right here, for real. A lot of times when everything is falling apart, people want to throw their hand up. You use that to inspire you, to launch you into where you are now. So at that time, right, knowing what you know now, I'm not sure if you felt like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do or what you were thinking. Knowing what you know now, the outcome that it worked for you. What advice would you give yourself? Everything, like you said, the divorce is falling apart. The job is tripping. I'm losing everything. What would you say to yourself in the midst of that storm today?
The same thing that I told myself in the midst of it then. God is the only one that's going to get you through it.
Wow. God is the only one. And that's powerful right there. That's powerful.
That's it. Right? That's the only person I had to turn to.
Right. And sometimes he'll move everybody.
Because he wants our full attention. So he can get your attention and show you what it is that you need to be doing, or you kind of forgot about him. It's like, okay, come on, sis, I've been right here with you. Don't forget about me now. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get you back on track.
Right.
So
let me ask, okay, how do you define happiness? What's happiness to you?
Happiness is within oneself. If I wake up happy, I'm happy. I decide my happiness.
Right. It comes from
it lies within me. Like there's nothing or no one, no situation, nothing that can determine my happiness but me.
Wow. That's a fact right there. If you had to define success, what is success to you?
Success to me is being better than I was yesterday.
Being better than you were yesterday.
Yeah. Every day is a growing process, and just successful. I know everybody has their own definition of what success is for them. But for me, just seeing my growth, seeing where I came from, seeing the struggle, I'm successful. I made it, you
Right.
know?
Right. And that's the thing. You still standing, you still
Right.
smiling.
Right.
You definitely have a reason to celebrate yourself. You definitely accomplished. You started out, like you said, it was just a thought. Something I want to do. You did it. Did you ever know back then when you've seen that Maya video? Said, I want that. Did you ever think it'd take you this far?
I didn't think it I didn't think that much back then about it.
Right.
Whether it was gonna take me that far. The more I got into it, I knew the possibilities and I knew I had to work for it. I knew it wasn't something that was just gonna happen. I knew I had to put in that work for it.
Right. You've definitely been putting in the work and it's paying off. So let me ask, when you think back to like your grandmother, your mother, you said they were sewing and stuff, so that influence came on. Like, how proud of you and how proud of they are you? How proud of them?
Of me, are they?
Right.
Very proud. They tell me every chance they get. Definitely.
Right. So that's the thing. So it's almost like a family legacy.
Yes.
So do you have daughters or you have boys?
Yes, I
and
have
girls?
2 daughters.
All right. So are they in the fashion as well?
My little one, definitely, little diva. She gonna probably rip the runway a few
Right.
times.
Right.
My oldest, not so much. She was into it growing up, but now she's a little older, so she's into her own thing.
Right. I get that. So all right, it's like gonna be like a family legacy that you're leaving. Like it's gonna be a family business that.
Oh yeah,
All right.
definitely
So
want to pass it down. If not to my girls, a family member, somebody,
right.
something. Create
Wow.
jobs for those that want to be in this industry or something.
Yeah, and you can do it. And that's the thing. Like you got the spirit for it. You definitely, like I said, you always been a stand-up person. As far as I've known you, you always been respectable. You always been
Thank you.
about your business. One thing that I can say, you always been about your business. So it's like,
Thank you.
with that, you can only win. You can only keep going up and you can only keep getting better. And it's like, I know you say you want to go worldwide. So when we talk about the store, do you want to have like a chain of stores? You want to get more online, or how do you want to touch the world? Is it like you want actual buildings, or you want to be able to?
All of the above.
All
More
of the above.
online stores available to those who might can't get into a location. I definitely would like to have other locations as well. Just like I said, to help give somebody else like me an opportunity that want to design or might not know where to start. You know what I mean? Just creating jobs in this field for us locally.
Wow, and that's the thing right there. And I see a lot of people, right? They start off with the shirts the same way, right? And they screen printing or whatever way they doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They say I have a clothing company. A lot of people start that way, but you're a seamstress. You're designing it from scratch. Total 2 different ball games. So it's like to the people that's they want to get into clothing design. Let's let them know a little bit about the knowledge that it takes, the schooling, and how many hours do you think you had to put in?
I don't even know. It was a lot of late nights and early mornings.
Right.
It still is. The design part of it is just more patience. It just requires a little more patience, a little more thought. Actually knowing how. My biggest thing I learned was knowing you can design something all day and it look good on paper, right?
Right.
But actually putting it together and knowing how they're gonna get in and out of it. That's the biggest thing. Knowing how they're gonna get in and out of this piece, how it's gonna stay on and come off.
Right. And that's a fact right there. So like when it comes to like jeans and stuff like that, you can do custom jeans and
I can make a pair of jeans. You can give me some denim fabric. I can cut you a pair pattern, sew it together, and you got some raw denim jeans.
Wow. Okay. All right, so that's dope right there. So it's like I'm surprised that everybody that's in the industry is not getting their stuff from you. It's like rather than rocking somebody else's name. They
I
need
mean,
to
I
be writing
wish.
the whole thing.
I'm trying to figure that out too. Maybe after this interview it'll happen.
Maybe it will, because I'm definitely gonna be promoting you as well. So that's dope right there, and that's a talent in itself. So it's like we got to celebrate people like that, where it's like you're creative. So let me ask you, what part of the process do you enjoy the most? Is it like when you're penning it, sketching it, when you're actually sewing and putting it together, or is it the finished product when you see somebody with it on?
It's the whole process for me,
Right.
because it starts out as an idea. You see it, you sketch it out, you see it, and then it's the thought of, okay, how I'm gonna put this, how I'm gonna bring this to life.
Right.
And then when you do it, it's like, oh shit, I did it.
Right. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's definitely a beautiful thing. So it's like, okay, let me ask, all right? So you said you enjoy all of them, the thought, designing it. Now, you said a key thing about when you're sketching versus it being on a person. What things did you learn about fitting? Did you think that when you're doing the fashion shows, did that help you a little bit now because you got the models and you fitting for them? Like a lot. What are some mistakes that designers make in the beginning when it comes to like transferring it from like a mannequin to how it actually fits on a person?
Me, it's all in the detail for me. Like a lot of stuff some people probably wouldn't pay attention to, I do, which can go a long way. Like a simple the way you stitch something, like a turn down stitch versus a hand stitch. So those little things like matter in garment construction when putting a look together.
Wow. See, that's dope right there. You said underhand stitch versus hand stitch. We got a lot to learn because I don't even know the difference and none of that, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely important. So let's talk about the website. We got www.sothorough.com. What can people expect when they go to the website?
So right now, the website is carrying some of my merchandise that I've designed. I have a few handbags that I've designed. I have a couple T-shirts that I've designed. A lot of my brand on the website. I'm trying to implement other brands as well in the area. So I'm working on it. I want to be able to do consultations through the website as well. So I'm trying to get it together. I'm a one woman show over here, but it's coming along.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's why I gotta salute you on the day because it's like you're doing it, and it's like, yo, you're doing it well. Now we
Thank you.
talk about the fashion industry. We're talking about $1 billion business, right? So it's like, yo, you're doing it on your own. You're a mother. You're making it happen. You're sketching it out. You're designing it. You're doing the sewing and all this stuff. So it's like it's all handmade. So like, how many hours? Like when people think they may see the finished product and they think, oh, okay, anybody can do that. How much hours go into a piece?
It just depends on what I'm doing. Like I seen time. I ain't sleep for 2 days.
2 days.
A full 36-hour. And my homie Robert was in there with me, like trying to hold it down. Like yeah.
Wow. So
It happens. Like it's no set schedule. It's no set time. Like you do what you gotta do.
wow. And this is a real question, not trying to be funny or nothing like that. So it's like 36 hours you put into a piece, right? How do you price that? Like, yo, how do you price range for 36 hours? Like realistically.
A lot of my time gets uncounted for.
Wow.
And I mean, just be real. A lot of my time gets uncounted for. So it's more so the piece. I try not to beat nobody in the head, because at the same time, like I like doing what I'm doing. I like creating. So it's not even really about the money. It's more so about the freedom for me.
Right.
The money come because I stand on my work. I stand behind my work. I'm not gonna put out something just to put it out to make $1. I'm gonna put it out because I put my all into it, and I know it's gonna, I'm gonna get back what I put into it. So
Right. And that's the thing. And it's like, yo, a lot of times, right? Like you said, you may not get the money for the hours that you put in. But it's like when you talk about 36 hours, that's dedication. That's like your heart. You're really doing this from the heart. Like you said, I love what I'm doing. It's my passion. Right. A lot of times it's like, in our community, people, they jump on what's trending. sometimes they don't even make the stuff for us. It's like we'll go out and spend thousands of dollars on a pair of shoes. We might spend $800 on a pair of pants for one night.
Right.
So when it comes to like you being a designer, like it baffles me like how our people don't get involved, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna support you because you're doing the same thing without the big factories, and you're doing it from the heart. You're doing it for love. So like, how does that make you feel? And I'm pretty sure like, yo, you got thick skin, so it don't bother you.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you got to take the good with the bad. It's only gonna make you stronger through the whole process. Like, I seen time I create something I thought was fire, like just fire, and I sat on it for like 2 years. But it was so fire that 2 years later it sold for more than what I wanted to sell it for.
Wow. See,
you know what I mean? So
that's the thing right there, and it's yours. Yeah. So it's like you said, sometimes they have to catch up to the style.
Right.
So it works. So that's the thing, and you own it. So it's like your idea, and it comes to fruition. So that's a dope thing right there. So let's talk about the rest of 2022. What do you have planned, and what can people expect from you and the brand?
New brand. Well, not new brand. New logo for the brand. I just updated for the 2022 year and going forward. I've been asked to do, a lot of people have been asking me to teach some classes. So I think I'm going to get on that for this year. Work on putting together a seminar, something, teach some people how to sew, at least, the basics, something. Right. Definitely more fashion shows to come, whether it be my own or a part of some other people's. I've been in a couple videos. My work's been in a couple videos. So I'm just networking, working, trying to get the brand out there.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. So let me ask, do you have brand ambassadors and stuff like that? What if somebody's interested in being a brand ambassador?
I'm bad at that. I'm horrible.
We ain't doing that. You said we ain't doing none of that.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's definitely a fact right there. I definitely understand. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah.
So you're a stylist as well. So like, what if an artist said, yo, you know what? Maybe I want to be more appealing. I need a stylist. Is that something that you do, or?
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of those. I've done a couple of styling jobs.
Right. So it's like, okay. So
even for birthdays, like any occasion, really.
All right. Okay. So let me ask you. So, all right, you're a stylist, you're a designer. So when you go out, I seen a couple pictures. When you go out, you step. You don't just come out any kind of way.
I'm a designer.
So let me ask you, right, before I let you go. What's some of the best memories you have, like where you stepped out and I'm about to kill him, and you killed
him? Okay, well, this not even one where I thought I was gonna kill him. It was like an accident that happened and it killed it.
Wow.
So this was maybe 2014. Yeah, maybe 2014. I had a show that night. Had everything designed, ready to go for the show. I want to say like 2 hours before the show, I got hit in the eye. My eye would not stop leaking. It just would not stop leaking. It was red. Right. It was swole. It just would not stop leaking. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I done designed me a whole little beaded eye patch thing to cover the eye, to go up my outfit for the show. And I just did it to cover my eye. People thought it was like a fashion statement. So I'm like, oh, let me go with it.
Right.
And it worked. Like, it was a whole thing that night. And I'm like, dang, this was just by accident because somebody hit me because, I got hit in the eye. Like, right. But it worked.
And it worked. And that's the thing. That's the thing with being creative. Is like, yo, even in them situations, it's like, yo, on the fly, I'm going to make it work. And that's a gift. That's definitely a gift right there. And I know that you're going to go far. I know that the brand is going to continue to keep growing and things like that. I wish you much success in all that you're doing. And it's like, yo, for the people that's watching, right? If you had to explain the whole brand to them in your words, if you had to describe it, and you had to pitch it, like, yo, this is what I do. Y'all come support me. I'm going to let you do that right now. Throw your pitch in.
Oh, so thoroughbred, a raw, unique bloodline. We pay attention to detail. Hence the so thorough. Thoroughbred, raw, unique bloodline. It just all comes together. We do custom work. We do recreations. We do anything fashion involved. I sell sneakers. I can get sneakers. I do matching outfits to go with sneakers. Like I just anything fashion related, I'm your girl.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I got you.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. We definitely gonna plug you, keep promoting you. So what I'll do is after in the YouTube descriptions, I'll put the website and I'll put all your social medias and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is it anything that you do that I might have missed so far?
I don't think so.
We knocked it all out.
I think so.
All right. So let me ask: was the interview okay?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I had
It
fun.
was pretty good. So would
Yeah.
you come back again down the road and give us an update?
Definitely.
All right, yo, you're all right with me. Yo. That's dope right there. So if you got any last shout outs you would like to give, I'll let you do that right now. And then after your shout outs, you can do your final thoughts.
All right. I just want to shout out everybody that's been a part of this process from day one. Like whether you bought something, you shared something, just word of mouth, you told somebody about me. Like I thank you. I thank each and every one of you guys. I love you. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you supporting me. So I truly appreciate it. And my final thoughts, just don't give up. If you're passionate about something, stick with it. It's gonna happen eventually. Success is not giving up.
You keep going. You got to keep going.
That's
And again,
it.
your success is coming. May doors continue to open up for you. Like I said, you always been down to earth, very humble, very talented and gifted. It's like I wish blessings to you and your children, your family. May doors continue to open and you continue to rise. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, whether they watched the live or they watched the playback. We definitely appreciate it. We got a comment right quick. Have a wonderful and blessed night to you as well. Thank everybody for watching. What we're going to do is immediately after we sign off, the pictures are going to play. You're going to see some of her work. Be sure to check out her website, sothorough.com. Be sure to follow her, So Thorough, it's on Instagram too, So Thorough, right?
Yes, everything.
So Thorough, everything. So y'all be sure to tap in. Again, salute to you. I look forward to having you back. You have a blessed night. And thank you everybody for tuning in. We love y'all and we out.
Peace.
All right. Peace.